What's up, James? I'm here. Welcome back to another video. Today I'm coming, guys, at you with another RPG reading. As you guys notice, there's still no intro. It's because I still have not got it from one computer to this one. And that's mainly because I'm recording, like, every single video that the next few days, all those videos are recorded in the same day. So starting from the update video to the next RPG readings that comes out, which will probably be tomorrow, would have been recorded on the same day as the update video. So, because of that, my intro was still not on this computer. But that's not what we're here to talk about today. Today we are here to talk about one of my favorite role-playing sessions ever. This comes just shy of my first ever role-playing session, which I talked about in another video, an early RPG reading. You can go check that out. But this one I want to talk about my great goblin friend Louis. And Louis wasn't even a player. Louis was an NPC. But he was... I'm going to get how it all started. So we were given this task to... If I remember correctly, it's to take one... It was pretty much like a caravan deal, except we were the only people in the caravan. It was to take one thing to another place. I can't remember what it was exactly. But we had to ship one thing to another city, thing from one city to another. And on the way, we were getting attacked by like numerous things. I mean, I think at one point there were wolves, but our biggest threat was this like little goblin raiding party, I guess you can say. Well, not really raiding party, it was just like this little goblin contingent that decided to like attack us and shit. So what had happened was we like butchered them. There was one goblin left and he tried to run, but I threw a javelin and it hit him in the shoulder, and the javelin pierced into the ground, and this goblin was just stuck there squirming. So the rest of the group wanted to kill him, but I decided to keep him. So I tied him up, patched him, and threw him in the back of the caravan, in like the back of the wagon. And I got to thinking of names for this guy, because I was like, I want to keep him as a pet. He's gonna be my best friend. I'm starting to think of these names for him, and one of the first ones that popped in my mind, I was like, Louis is a good name. You know, it's got that kind of Louis is just that kind of name that you could put. It's like a nickname, and you could put it on like a small child, and a goblin and a small child, pretty much the same things. They're small, they scream, and they like to eat everything. But yeah, so I named him Louis, and my character was a dwarf, and I had a dwarf in me to make. I had like a brewing set, and I had brewing tools, and I knew how to make alcohol. I knew how to make alcohol and shit like that. And it was great because me and this goblin became the best of friends. And in that group was Magic Thunder, Tyler's bard, and mine and his character were really good friends up until the point where he died. But we were really good friends, so we had this little group of me, Tyler, and Louis. And Louis was the greatest character, man. I have to tell you, like, Louis was just that character. He was the comic relief character. Like, he was a goblin with weapons and shit like that, but he never wanted to fight anything. He would hide behind me or another member of the group. And half the group didn't like him, the other half loved him. And it was like Louis was just in the middle. And it was great because there was, at one point, we made it to the city we were supposed to, and Louis, being a goblin, he couldn't go into the city or else he would have been slaughtered. So what had happened was Louis sat out in the campsite on the outskirts of the town with me, Tyler, and Haphazardness, while the two religious characters, Angela and Tyler's mom, Tara, went into the city to do what we needed to do and everything. And while they were in there doing like some religious shit, me, Tyler, and Louis were out in the outside of town and at camp getting batshit drunk, and Malik was out doing something else. Well, Malik decided, hey, I don't like Louis. And we ended up, he ended up trying to fight Louis. Like, Louis went into the woods to hunt or something, and then he followed behind. And it was great because he tried to attack Louis, but Louis, being a goblin, after being attacked, climbed into the trees and had this bow and arrow, and he was too fast for Malik's spells. And what had happened was, Louis beat the shit out of Malik. Like, Malik was a sorcerer. Louis was practically a ranger fighter. And so he was jumping around in the trees and like shooting the shit out of Malik. Malik got really close to the point of being knocked unconscious by Louis, and trying to save some humility, he backed away from the fight. Louis continued to hunt, and then they came back to the camp like nothing happened. So later on, after we got the whole thing settled and whatnot, we were Angela's character was dead, and Angela wanted to stay as a part of the group. So what happened was, Renavion over the Damsel Dingbats channel, I talk about him like way too much, but he went out of his way and said, okay, you guys are doing this job, and I don't know where you're teleported 500 years into the future. And that's when Angela's character came in. Louis didn't go. Louis was not able to go. Louis was dead in that world. But throughout, and I was missing Louis, man. Louis was my little homie. And what happened was we met a lich. This lich is like familiar, beat the shit out of me and Alex, the two fighters of the group. The tank and the fighter, they just got our asses whipped. And then he decided to let us go as long as we got the medallion. And I think I've talked about this before in another one, but this was the beginning of the whole medallion searching thing. Well, it wasn't a medallion, it was the book he wanted, but it had a medallion in it. We didn't know it was the medallion. So this was the beginning of that whole find the book lich thing that tore our group like apart from the inside out. And during that whole contingent, after we completed the mission and got the book back and brought it back to the lich said, okay, you guys completed this task. You guys, I'll grant you guys a wish or give you what you want or something like that. And Malik, being Malik, is like, I want a wolf. And this lich grabbed this little statue off of like his little like prize of artifacts, and it looked like a wolf. He did some like hand moving spell casting thing. It turned into a wolf familiar, and not even a familiar. It was just like a wolf spirit, and it was connected to Malik through this amulet. Tyler ended up getting this like metal stone golem thing, whose name Legion. He called it Legion. And he got an amulet for that. And we now had this like really strong like mad robot. Let's just go with robot. We got him on our side. And then I got this like box that like it allowed me. I just got this box, like puzzle box thing. I later learned that it was because it was something that I was able to increase 2 of my stats up to level 20 and then increase it all by 1. And then like I can't remember what Tara and Angela got, but they also got stuff. Alex got stuff. I can't remember what they got. But So we got all this stuff and we leave. And then we go on this other mission. The next session, I think it was the same session. We go on another mission, and it was to get, like, I'm pretty sure this was the one where we had to fight hags, and hags are just pretty much like really old, decrepit, like the original witches, and we had to fight them. And during this fight, we won the fight, and then, well, sort of, one of the hags was captured by a death knight, which I almost killed. And then what happened was the death knight captured one of the hags, and the hags stopped attacking us, which after that they said, okay, you guys we won't kill you as long as you guys save our sister. We'd be like, okay, fine, we're going to save your sister, yada, yada, yada. We never actually ended up taking that route. Instead, we made it to this one. Well, we started it, and then we made it to the spot where we met up with this Jinn. And no, that was before. I can't remember exactly what happened. I think it was either another Jinn or a god or something like that. But the point is, we were all able to get wishes, and I wish to have this box, like the box that I got from the Lich, to just be open, and I wouldn't have to go through all the puzzles. And once I realized what it was, I'm like, oh, okay, that's really cool, and I get all my stats raised up. But everybody else got these like really wicked stuff, like they got magical items and stuff like that, and I'm like, oh, I get 2 level 20 stats, and like the rest of my stats would be like level 13, 14, maybe 15. I'm like, the stats aren't terrible, but it's like I got the lamest out of the group, and I'll admit I was complaining a little bit. Then Renavion's like, all right, you know what? Since they all got cool stuff, I'll let you ask for something else. And I'm like, I want LUI back. He's like, okay, you can get LUI back, and this thing that grants us the wish snapped his fingers, and LUI appeared. But the twist was, I had to roll a dice, and LUI appeared as a different race or a goblin. I think it was a D8, and so there was a 1 in 8 chance that LUI would come back as a goblin, and then there was a 1 in 8 chance that LUI would come back as a goblin. But the odds were stacked against it, as he could become any race. So I rolled it, and I ended up rolling he would come back as a high elf. If you know high elves, they are extremely racist. Like everyone says dwarves are racist, wood elves are racist, but high elves are like the pinnacle of racism like for elves, because high elves think they are the best of the best. Like if you ever played Skyrim, you would know that the Aldmeri Dominion is run by high elves, and they're just the cockiest of cocky. Like, they don't care who you are, what you've done, like what family you come from, what's your royal background. If you're not royal, if you're not a high elf, you don't matter. You are the last resort. You're the last resort to ask for help. You are the first in line to get killed. You will always be thrown under the bus. And Tara, her character was a cleric, and she was a high elf. So her character didn't like that LUI, who used to be a goblin, was now one of her. She did not like that, because high elves have this proper etiquette where they actually need to like bathe and do all this stuff. Goblins don't do any of that, and since he just had the body of a high elf, but the mind of a goblin. And I don't know if Renavion's gonna talk about this session as well, because it was the most random game session up until our latest D&D session, which was like a month or two ago, because we don't play D&D anymore. If you watch his videos, you would know that we play Deadlands now. But it is like a month or two ago when we stopped playing D&D, that was one of the most random sessions we had in 5th edition. Probably the most random session we had in 5th edition, actually. But anyways, so he might talk about it in one of his videos, because I know he likes to post videos after, like, these type of videos after I do, because he likes to steal from me. But yeah, it was just fun because she resented Louis so much after that. She wouldn't talk to him. He wouldn't talk to her because she refused to let him. And I wouldn't let him. And it got to the point where Tara's constant talking about Louis pissing her character off and how her character's going to end up leaving the group if Louis doesn't leave. Where Renavion said, once we got to this town, Renavion was like, okay, once you guys get into town, you guys stay in town for a few days and stuff like that. Louis finds this clan of wood elves that accept him into the group, and somehow, like, I don't know how, a high elf and a wood elf, it was like they just kind of accepted him, I guess. Probably because, I mean, I told because I was with him when he found the wood elves, and I told them he used to be a goblin and he wants to learn how to be an elf, and they're like, okay, we'll take him in. After the really confusing conversation of how he got turned into an elf from being a goblin, and how he was, it was a really confusing and funny conversation. But the point is, he ended up having to leave the group, mainly because some of the characters in the group could not, I guess, live with Louis being an elf after being a goblin. They didn't have any problem with him being a goblin, after they got used to him. But once he turned into an elf, their characters just didn't like it. So he had to end. Long story short, we got him. He teleported 500 years into the future. Then we lost him. And even to this day, if we ever go back to D&D, I have no fucking clue where he is. Our characters are in a completely different region at this point. So, I mean, our last characters left off fighting a giant band of orcs. So, anyways, that's going to be it for this RPG reading. A whole 18 minutes long. Probably go to 18 minutes, 30 seconds, maybe 2 minutes, depending on how long this outro is, because I'm making it longer just by saying this stuff. Anyways, yeah, so hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. If you guys want to hear if you guys want me to read any, remember, speaking is my first language. But yeah, if you guys have any modules you guys want me to read from, if you guys have any more stories you guys want me to tell about, because I've played plenty of games. I've played Heroes Unlimited before. I've played Deadlands. I run Deadlands, for Christ's sake. I'm playing Deadlands now. I've played 2nd edition. I've played Pathfinder. We're playing 5th edition. I've played all sorts of role-playing games. Even a bunch of board games. I played Axis Now before. Played Catan. A bunch of card games. I don't play Magic, though. However, you can fuck off with that game. But I have played the Pokemon card game. I've also played the Yu-Gi-Oh card game. So, yeah. Post it in the description. Wow, I'm having trouble talking. Post in the comments what you guys want to hear me talk about. Any more role-playing sessions, modules, like I said. Also, we got big things happening to the channel. If you guys don't know anything about that, link in the description to the update video. Although you guys probably have already seen it, or if you guys have probably already seen it, considering it's got such a clickbaity title, you can't help but click on it. So, yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Please drop a like on the video if you did enjoy this, if you guys do enjoy this, because I enjoy doing them. So, Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. My name is, as always, Cool Mamma Jamma, and I'll see you guys later. Stay cool, Jammas. See ya!